Right, for the final time, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all. We are live in the group right now. We are live around the internet for day 5 of the Instagram training. Thank you to everybody that is joining us on a Friday evening or Friday afternoon or Friday morning or even a Saturday morning. I know we've got quite a few tuning in from Australia, so welcome. Please, as you are coming into the group, do me a massive one today. Well, probably one of the biggest ones. On your phone, scroll to the bottom, you'll see that those emojis. Tap the love heart emoji button as many times as possible. If there's somebody that you know that needs to be in this group, tag him in and let him know. It has been a massive day. This is one that I know Paul was really looking forward to sharing with everybody. I've seen all the comments. I've seen all the questions and the ambassadors, so Ger Tracy, but not just Ger and Tracy, but everybody today helping, answering questions, giving their opinions, sharing their wins, the takeaways. It's all come together nicely. This is exactly why we do it like this. We break it down into little bite-sized chunks every day. We build up to a conclusion, and the conclusion is huge. And you've got the wins and the takeaways and that aha moments to take away with you next week when we let you out on your own to do all of the things Instagram, because this is a really big thing that I want to get across right from the very start before we do spin the wheel, is that what you've learned this week doesn't just stay this week. You've got to be taking it with you as you move forward with your social media marketing. And the skills that you have learned this week, I honestly believe has put you ahead of 90% of other hosts in your area. Some of the things that you have been privy to is like breaking news that's happened this week. So if you can take advantage of it, and if you can bring it into your business, but most importantly, be consistent with it, then nothing but good things will happen when it comes to direct bookings in particular. If you can be visible, people can book you. So today, what we're going to do for the final debrief. Number 1, we're going to do spin the wheel as per. Get your numbers in between 1 and 10. Last night, yesterday's winner was Lizzie Large. Can everybody please give Lizzie Large a big round of applause in the chat? So I told you that the prizes are getting better and better every day. So Lizzie has won a free website / online presence audit with a 30-minute coaching session with Tristan. Now, Tristan, he's based out over in the West Coast of America. He has built several businesses. One was all around Google My Business for a services-based industry. And now he's come into the world of short-term rentals, and he's doing really, really well. And now he is launching an SEO website, online presence, training academy. And I reached out to him because he's a Boostly client. And I said, is there anything you'd like to do? Anything you'd like to offer? And he said about this. So Lizzie, you have won that. So I'll connect you via email after this, and then you can set up a time and a date to have a Zoom call, which is pretty cool. Okay, and then we're going to do tonight's spin the wheel. And after we've done tonight's spin the wheel, well, actually, I'll tell you now. This is the prize, because we're not going to have another one of these debriefs. I need to tell you the prize now. And I've told you I was going to save the best one to last. So the winner of tonight's spin the wheel, okay, we haven't done it yet, so don't worry. Get your numbers in, 1 to 10. You are going to win free admission into Tristan's new SEO for STR online training course. You're going to get free admission. You're going to get a free website online presence audit, so a coaching session with Tristan. And what you're going to also get is you are going to get a stay at Evergreen Cabins, and you and I are going to have a coaching call with the owner. So let me just bring up Evergreen Cabin up on my screen. You're going to love the look of this when I can just get the website up. Right. Evergreen Cabins. So let me just get this up 1 second. I really should have done this beforehand, but you're going to love it when I show you these places here. Here we are. Evergreen Cabins. Get away, man. Come back to me. There we are. Right. So let me share my screen. We're good to go now. So as you can see, you're going to be staying in one of these amazing places. I'll hook you up with the owner, Chris, and you're going to get invited to here. Obviously, you've got to get there, so your travel is not going to be included. But once you're here, you're going to stay in one of these stunning cabins. And as well, you'll get a coaching call with the owner as well, which is amazing. So should we go ahead and do this? Spin the wheel time, everybody. So get your numbers in before 5 more seconds to do so. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yes, it is in America. So you'd have to get to America. But once you're there, it's amazing. All right, here we go. Big one tonight. Big one, big one. Oh, number 10. Number 10. So, did we have a number 10? Did we have a 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 10? Yes, we've got at least one 10. So we've definitely got at least one winner this evening. So again, you should know it by now. I shouldn't really have to explain it, but please, if you've got 10, it doesn't mean that you're an instant winner. What you need to do is you need to send me a message on Instagram right now. Not Facebook, not email, not LinkedIn. Instagram at Boostly UK. Just say, hey, Friday, I was number 10. And then at some point over the weekend, I'll get the boys to pick a name out the hat, and then I'll get in contact with you if you are the lucky winner. Send me a message on Instagram. Remember, that doesn't mean you have won. It just means that you get to send me a message on Instagram, and we'll go from there. All right, lovely stuff. Well done again, and thank you to everybody who's joined in this week. Thank you to everybody who sent me a message and all those cool things. If you have guessed the number right, which is great. I think we had somebody who guessed 4 nights out of 5, which is pretty cool. So all good. Right. Recap of today. Let me bring in the main man himself. Here we go. So Paul, welcome. Everybody, please, again, show your love and appreciation in the comments. First and foremost, thank you to everybody who reached out to Paul last night or over the last 24 hours to book in a one-on-one power hour session with himself. He is fully booked, sold out, which is fantastic. So no more room at the moment, but if you want to find out when he's going to be opening up another one of his power hour sessions, make sure you're following him, as you should all be doing on Instagram and on Facebook as well, and he will let you know when those are back open. So he's got a wait list at the moment, which is fantastic. So Paul, quick sort of recaps of today, please. I'll let you just fire away and just list them off, because there's a lot to dig into today.
Massive day today. First off, though, I want to thank everybody who's literally just stepped up, taken action. I'm in the Royal Air Force Reserves. We do a lot of assault courses, and it felt like that. Everyone was just piling in, get over the wall, right, get over this, from all angles. It was spectacular and really motivating. There was a lot going on. So thank you for your patience with me. I was fairly terse, was quite brief at times. Answer, go to the next one. Answer, go to the next one. So thank you for that. And thank you to Gert and Tracy. Without them, I just would have been absolutely swamped and swallowed up. Absolutely incredible. So I've kind of split today into 2 things. There are 3 fairly easy answers. I've got a little list here. There are a lot of people saying, I haven't got lead forms. Am I doing something wrong? No, you're not doing anything wrong. I'm in many respects in exactly the same group as a lot of you, in that I don't even have it for my guest house account yet. It is that fresh and that new that not all of you will have it. However, after today, having gone through the exercises and done the homework, not enacting it in Instagram, but when it does come, you'll be ready and you'll be primed and good to go. So don't worry, you might just have to be a bit patient. I'm having to be patient. It will come. The other thing is, a lot of people were saying, oh, I've done all the work. I put all my questions into the lead form, and I look at my account and I can't see the button. The reason for that, and it might very well change, the reason for that is because you're looking at it from within your own account. So the way to do so is ask a friend, ask a buddy, use a dummy account, nudge, nudge, use a dummy account for playing, go into a different account and then look at your profile, and you should see it there. The third easy one was people were struggling to find things like what I call hamburgers, or known as hamburgers. So those 3 lines in the top right-hand corner. That's because when you're using an Apple device, you get 3 lines. When you're using some Android devices, you get 3 dots. So it's not that Instagram is doing anything different. Because of the range of devices that people use, it is presented in slightly different ways. If you get stuck on something as simple as, where's my menu button on Instagram, Google will be your friend. Other search engines are available, of course. And then there were 2 more discussive, difficult issues. The first one was for those of us who have large amounts of properties, or they are scattered about, or they're in a variety of different locations. So right from the beginning, when we were looking at ideal guests and guest avatars, it starts to present a challenge there, right the way through to taking advantage of popping a location into your profile. So there are various things that I would suggest. Number one, if you have an office headquarters, even if it's miles away from your other businesses, you might consider using that. It is very labor intensive, but suggestion 2 would be to set up multiple accounts and maybe group them by geography. Number 3 would be if you can create an Instagram highlight that says our properties, you can put location tags in the story. So there are other ways around this. But essentially, you're just going to have to make a decision. Either you do it or you don't. And if you do it, of course, you can only have 1 location. There was also some horror this morning. There was a picture of a lady posing by a door, and she had tagged a B&B. I forget the name of the B&B. Forgive me. It was all, I've been hacked, I've been spammed, and these types of things. So whenever anyone publishes content on Instagram, they can tag any location on the planet to that post. If you don't like it, tough. Instagram has rules and regulations that will prevent people from showing things like nudity, inciting violence, all that type of thing. But if you like the picture, you do. If you don't, you don't. Tough, basically. But the flip side of it is that you can encourage your guests to take awesome pictures, and then if they publish them to Instagram, to either tag your account or tag your location. So they too are then feeding into that location on your behalf. And it's what's called UGC. It's user-generated content. It's other people saying, I'm having a fantastic time here, rather than we saying, come to us, you'll have a fantastic time. So the flip side, people can do it, and there's nothing you can do about it. The positive to take from it is you can encourage people to do it, and you can not manipulate or control, but you can guide how they might go about doing that. So those were the 5 things, 3 easy ones, 2 slightly trickier ones. Just embrace it for what it is.
I found, if you look at the screen, I found the post that we're talking about. It was Christine who found the image that we're talking about, Blythe Lodge B&B. So again, let me just talk about that. So there's the pluses and the cons to that. The pluses is that when you can get people tagging themselves being at your location, it's really good for a number of ways. Number one, if you're struggling with creating content, there's nothing better from a future potential guest point of view to see other people enjoying themselves, or they can see themselves with other people. So if you can post up and obviously get the permission of the poster, and you can take that content and post and just say, tag them in saying X had a great time staying with us. This is a picture that they took and they kindly submitted. It's fantastic, because that sort of content will go down so much more better than you just posting, we're really good, look at us. But also on the flip side, if people can start, you give them the prompts to tag them in, you never know who's staying with you. There's Rose this week who kindly donated a prize, which was talking about influencer marketing. If you can encourage your guests to start taking pictures and upload them to social media and tagging you in while they're there at the properties, you can actually go and see who they are, and you can go see the following. And, you know, sometimes we've got people staying with you, you know, 30, 40, 50,000 followers. Now, I always say, you know, every single person who stays in your property is an influencer in some way, shape or form, because they are influencing their social network, whereas online, offline, etc. But sometimes you can get somebody that is generally a content creator staying at your properties and you never even knew about it. So it is very, very popular and very powerful to do. And if you're thinking, well, how do I encourage, or how can I encourage somebody to, you know, let them know that they can tag us, etc. Let me just share my screen super quick. You can get things like this on Etsy for very cheap price, like a tenner, and you can put them around your property. Again, a nice little wooden sign, £10 it looks like here, whatever the postage will be, and they can be bespoke to your brand, right? And you can leave these on your kitchen table, you can leave these in your living room, you can leave these X, Y, Z, right? And by leaving them out, it's people, your guest will see them. I always say this, that brands like Amazon and all these, Google, are fighting, spending billions to try and get their branding around homes all over the world with Alexas and whatnot. You've got some fantastic real estate within your real estate to start promoting your business and talking about all the things that you want to talk about. And something like this, which is super simple. And again, I just Googled that like a second ago. You could easily find something else, maybe more local, or you could design it yourself and you can put it out and it looks nice and it encourages them to do so. We went a little step further at our property. And what we did is we encouraged every single month our guests to upload a picture to social media and tag us in. And what we did is we turned it into a competition. We'd say every month we'd pick one person at random and they would win X. It could be a bottle of wine. It could be whatever. It could be stick a rock, Scarborough stick a rock, make it fun. But people would do it because people love to win competitions, right? Doesn't matter whether they're winning a stay in a cabin or if they're winning a stick of rock. People love to enter giveaways, etc. And by doing something like that, it gives them the incentives. They're already taking pictures. The number one time when people take pictures is when they're on holiday, because they want to post them on social media and show off to their friends at home, right? So you might as well be taking advantage of that and trying to get them to tag you in, which is massive. So lovely, lovely stuff. Is there any other things, any other things that you saw today or this week? Anything you want to do in the recap before we go through people's wins and takeaways?
Just an enormous amount of action taking, an incredible amount of action, and a willingness just to go, you know what, it looks a bit tricky, it looks a bit hard, I'm just going to have a crack at it anyway. And that is always inspiring to see a group of people with that much momentum behind them. I was chatting to the ambassadors, and I have a little WhatsApp group, and none of us have been party either studying or presenting one of these that has been that engaged and that passionate about what they're doing and taking, not working like just doing the day to day, but pushing the business forwards. And that's just given me so much inspiration. So I can't wait. After the weekend, I'm just going to be all systems go again. It's brilliant.
Brilliant. Well, here's some wins. So Helen Pritchard, if you look at the screen now, ChatGPT, I think you meant to put Mr. P on there, is a game changer. I'm obsessed. So many people this week have been unleashed on the power of OpenAI and ChatGPT, which was great. Mr. Harrow, win. There is only one Paul Anderson. Lovely little message there. Kimberly Johnson, I now have a better understanding about the importance of the profile and how to attract the right audience, which is key. Absolutely key. You know, there's only so many heads on beds that you can fit in. You don't have to appeal to everybody. You just have to appeal to the right people. Lizzie, win. This training has fine-tuned my profile and hopefully turn lookers into bookers. Also, defining my ideal guest and what makes us stand out from others has given me loads of content ideas for content. And Lizzie is somebody who has been done these challenges quite a few times now. So it's nice to see a returner who is getting a nice refresher. And so it doesn't matter whether you're a newbie or you're a returner to these types of trainings. It's good to see somebody getting takeaways from all. And the last one, Helen again. Also, can I say, every single one of you is awesome. What a supportive group. Thanks again. And I say this time and time again. A key to a good training, a key to a good challenge isn't me, isn't Paul, it's you. It's every single one of you. We have never had a more engaged group, like Paul's mentioned. We've done this a lot of times now, whether it's Instagram or whatever else we've been doing. And this group has been by far one of the best that we have had. There's no one standout person. We've just had a collective group of rock stars. So you should be giving yourselves all a big pat on the back. And this is where we go to what happens next. So I'll bring you back in a second, Paul, but let me just do this. So basically next, this group isn't being deleted. I've had a few messages saying, hey, you know, I've had that week. I haven't been able to follow along. I'm worried that the group is going to get deleted or the videos is going to get deleted. The answer is no. The videos are going to stay. Every single one of these videos will be here for you to watch back at any point in any time. You can access this through Facebook. The main difference is that the comments are going to get closed off because, like I say, Paul has now got a lot of coaching calls to be doing. He's got his guest house. He's got a family. He's got all the other things moving on that he has to focus and concentrate on. I've got all the things Boostly going on and obviously family and all that stuff going on. And everybody else in here has got other things that they need to move on to, and you've got to be being proactive in your own businesses. So we've got to close off the comments. So there won't be any help and guidance, but the videos will be here. So please don't worry about that. Next week, if you want more, then there's going to be 3 episodes of the Boostly podcast being released. There's going to be even more on the Boostly YouTube. You can go and find them and you can go and follow them. And it's absolutely free, which is easy for anybody to follow along. Just go ahead and subscribe, download it, as well as Paul's channel on Instagram as well. Next. So yesterday, I gave Mr. Paul Anderson some flowers and give him the big up. And I said, listen, you know, the offer this week isn't going to have anything to do with Boostly. It's going to be all about Paul. Today, I'm going to throw him under the bus. And he doesn't have a clue that I'm doing this. So I want to basically say right now that there is never going to be a Mr. Paul Anderson and Boostly 5-day challenge again. Because now I'm going to push him to take the next step and to do his own 5-day challenge. So if you want to do a 5-day challenge on Instagram in the future, then the next time is going to be in Paul's house, in Paul's world, when he's going to be hosting it himself. And if you want that to happen, you now got to give him some love in the comments. So he hasn't got a clue I'm doing this, but now it's the time for me to push him out, to give him that kick up the ass to go and do it himself next time. And so there will be no more Boostly 5-day challenges on Instagram. If you want that Instagram goodness, you're going to have to go to Paul himself. So make sure you are following him on Instagram. Make sure you're friending him on Facebook. If he's got an email list, make sure you're grabbing that email list and make sure you're aware of when he's going to be running it in the future. I will be back for a 5-day challenge in the future. I don't know when it's going to be. It's not going to be anytime soon because there is a lot going on behind the scenes at Boostly. It is growing rapidly. We just hired our 44th member of staff. We've got a brand new product and a brand new theme launching on the 1st of May. And please keep it to yourselves, but there is a very big chance that we could have potentially some investment very soon because it is growing so rapidly. So I need to really focus on being a CEO. For the first time in my life, I've got to grow up to that next level. And I've got to really sort of focus on steering this ship and making sure that we keep going on the trajectory that we are going. And I absolutely love these challenges. But when I do them, as you can see from my tired eyes, it takes me away from everything else that I need to be doing in the world of Boostly. So I don't know when the next time it's going to be. I would love to say that it's going to be at some point in 2023, but I don't know. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going anywhere. Like I say, we've got 3 podcasts that go out every single week. Boostly, Team Boostly members, you know full well that we've got a 90-day book direct bootcamp happening. That is what you paid for in part from last year and all those other times that you've been part of us. So that starts on Monday. And there's so much more coming around the corner. But like I said, if you want anything Instagram in the future, 5-day trainings, you've got to be prodding and nudging Mr. Paul Anderson to be doing it at some point in the near future. Right. This is your final chance now. I'm going to bring Paul back up on the screen. Paul, if anybody wants to find out more about you, and if they don't know if it's ready, where's the best place to go and follow you so when you do your 5-day challenge in the future?
Yeah, Mark, you couldn't have picked a better time to chuck me under the bus, because I'm about to get behind the steering wheel on this one. This is just the absolute beginning. Halfway through recording a 12 episode podcast that's going to be coming out, working on group coaching and online courses. So I am all over that. I have my own big news. 2 days ago, my app was launched on Android. No one else is aware of it. Harold Dorsch is aware of it because he's been playing with it and a couple of others. But you can go to the Google Play Store and get my Android app. The Apple one has been a little bit held up. It should be in over the weekend. But in there already is all of my podcast interviews. Mine's coming soon. There's videos in there on Instagram highlights. People have been asking about that a lot this week. There's a four short video sequence on avatars, how to schedule on Meta, videos on timed reels, Chat GPT. Go and get the app, get started in there. And as Mark said, follow me on Instagram. If you're not doing so already, you should be doing that, I think. And if you go to my profile and hit the bell in the top right, you'll get a notification every time I post, and it's always value packed. If you want to meet me in person, I will be at the Short Stay Summit promoting the Hospitable Host book. I'll be on stand 26, so come and say hi. It'd be lovely to meet you. But I have kept my very best advice for the last minute, and I hope you'll entertain me just for a moment or so, Mark. And that is to ignore what the big gurus say. You don't need 7 posts and 3 reels every week. You don't need 6 stories every day. The people who are saying this are full-time content creators with a crew of people behind them. And we're not. We have accommodation businesses to run, and marketing makes up just one of those little mini pillars that we have to support to keep our businesses going. I think it's important to make time for your marketing, but don't try and work your life around it. Work it into your work life. Consistency is king. If you can only do 1 post a week, do 1 post a week. If you can do 5, that's great, especially now that you know how to focus that content on your ideal guest. So whatever you decide on, when it comes to frequency, make sure it's sustainable for you for the long term, because content marketing, inbound organic marketing, particularly on Instagram, is a long game, and slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So yeah, thank you for listening, everybody. This week has been quite a ride. I'll just leave it there though. Yeah, awesome. I'm welling up a little bit actually. It's cool.
There you go. All right, I'm gonna have a little cry in the corner, and I'll say thank you very much. Thank you, Paul. Thank you to the ambassadors. Thank you to one and all. This is to you a little cheers to say thank you very much, and we will be back when we are back, whenever that may be. Take care, all. Thank you very much.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Bruce Lee podcast. Bruce Lee like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard on the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes.